Hello, world. It's Richard DeCarver here on day 152 of sobriety after I spent 20 entire years of my life high. It's also 3 a.m. in the morning right now, and I just wanted to be able to check in and say that we did it. Another day down, another day sober without doing drugs. And I'm hoping you guys are feeling good in your lives. Earlier tonight, I had a live stream on here. It was successful and fun. Got to see so many old friends and faces on there from the channel and so many new ones. Chat was amazing. The talent was amazing of what we filmed with live band karaoke. It was a great time. And just appreciate you guys so much. I'm filled with so much gratitude for so many of you out there for commenting and showing this channel love. It's been amazing. I got up a little too early again this morning, did some stuff, was able to get back to sleep, slept until afternoon because I needed that sleep to be pushing until right now at 3 a.m. When it was time, got myself together, went up to Wilmington, and the entire band that we usually stream, they're all down in Key West, Florida right now, doing a residency for 10 days down there. So we had a fill-in band basically up there, and myself and another person had to run the whole thing tonight, sound-wise, setup-wise, everything. And I think we did it. I think it was successful enough. I think we did it. I think it was pretty successful. I was happy with it all. So, hooray. It was great. And, I just want to give a special shout out to all of you out there that have been commenting. I really appreciate it. It's been really great to see. Got a new good friend in Liam out there. Liam, you're the man. I really appreciate all your comments. And Tony, everyone commenting in the chats today. Harry was commenting a lot. Eric R. And so many of you out there. I wouldn't do it justice to name everyone. The acoustic was in there. There were so many. So many. And, of course, Kate and all of her support. It's been really wonderful, so I've been really appreciative. This week's going to be interesting. It's my birthday week this week. I'm going to be able to go out to dinner with my mom, her husband Scott, and hopefully Kate. And then an interesting thing is my dad and I have been texting again, and I'm really hoping I can see him at some point this week. That would be really nice, and I'll make that happen because... my heart wants it, and I think it'll be good for his heart too, and for that peace and love to be happening, And really interesting development for those that have been following the channel for a while. You'll know that I left my job of 20 years this past year. It was a hard decision, but I was teaching, and I believe it was a great thing. I enjoyed it so much. I had great relationships with all students and parents. And the manager there was so treacherous in so many ways. And she sexually harassed me over and over and over again, even after I told her to stop and had talks about it in just terrible ways. And she ended up using a really terrible slur about one of the teachers there, and when it has to do with other people, I just can't deal with that. So I ended up reporting her to HR. Of course, she got in trouble, got sent away to training, and then she retaliated against me for an entire year and made my life very hard there. And then she sexually harassed me again, and I turned her in again, and they suspended her. And then they expected me to go back to work for her in the same building. And I just wasn't going to have it, so I left. And everything that I did for that company for 20 years, and they couldn't have my back with that. It wasn't a good feeling, but I wasn't going to be around that person. Well, the guitarist that was playing with us tonight still was working for that company. And he told me that she left this past month, basically... was going to get fired or quit type of thing. So it's interesting to know she's not there any longer. I've been wanting to write my experiences that I had with this company in our town Facebook or Google review, that type of stuff. And I still plan on doing that. I still need to do that to get it off my mind, to get it into the reality of the world of what I had to go through with that person. But it's a good feeling to know that she's not there any longer. And it actually has me wondering about whether I should look into anything there because, I didn't exactly burn any bridges. I just left. And I don't know. I'll think about that. But it's something I wanted to put out there and put into the files of our live streams, that on this day I learned that that person is no longer a part of Guitar Center / Music and Arts, and that's at least a good thing. And because it's so late, it being 3:05 in the morning, I'm not going to do many questions tonight, but we'll do a couple. And I will get back to all of the amazing comments from you all out there tomorrow, because I am going to get my PJs on and lay in bed and try and get some sleep right after this stream. But before then, let's check out the book of If and just see if there's a couple different questions that we could get into. I didn't save the page, so I'm looking to see where we are. If you had to spend 1 year alone in the wilderness, where would you go? I love that show, Alone. A year's a hefty one. But if you were doing it for some type of incentive at the end, I feel like I'd be able to do it, as long as it's not complete starvation. So if it's wilderness, I would want it to be warm and full of food sources. So I would say somewhere in the tropics. Brazil, maybe, rainforest, even though I guess there's some animal layers that could kill you. But I don't think I'd have to worry about freezing, and I think that there's enough types of food there that I could, patch it together. But when you're living in the Arctic tundra, like on that show Alone, those poor people go through a lot. And, starving while you're also missing your family is a pretty hardcore thing to do. So I would not want to be shivering the whole time. And let's do one last one. We're going to call it a night. And keep in mind, I'd love to hear all of your answers to these. 1 year alone in the wilderness, where would it be? I'm picking Brazil. And if you had to work in one type of factory for the remainder of your days, but could choose which kind, which would you pick? A type of factory. A type of factory. Something that is not going to mess with my lungs. I don't want to be a type of factory where there's particulates put into the air too much. Maybe something where I could sit would be nice. And high paying. Factory. Gosh. I don't know. From what I know, those Tesla factories, the gigafactories, I think are pretty nice and, probably pretty clean. So maybe a Tesla gigafactory, except I don't know if I want to work for Tesla right now. So, what's a good factory? What are factories exactly? Where do they, I don't want to work in a plastics factory. A metal factory, I could work in a metal factory, something that like melts down metal, but then I'm worried about what's in the air. Glass factory with glass sheets. I don't know. At the same time, if you work in some type of food factory, maybe you could get, bonuses in food. I always went, as a child, I went to go see the Hershey chip factory a lot. That could be cool. Pretzel factory? Yeah, maybe a healthy snack food factory, like a pretzel factory. All right. There's the yawn. That is the stream for tonight, everybody. Because we did just stream about 3 hours earlier at the live band karaoke. So that's going to be our personal check-in for the evening. It's 3:11 in the morning. There we go. More than anything in the world, everybody, I really hope you're taking care of yourselves because you deserve it in your lives. You're important. And thank you for being here. Peace and love to you. I'll see you tomorrow.